Hi guys, it's festival season, so perfect for all these red lips and smoky eyes, and today's look is using all of my favorite makeup products. So if you want to know how I got this look, then please keep watching. I don't know what's with my skin, but it's definitely not feeling its best today, and I know it looks like. The only thing I have on my face right now is some face oil. Ever since winter started, I've skipped moisturizer altogether and I just use some face oils. Today I've used The Ordinary's Moroccan Argan Oil, but feel free to use any face oil. It could be jojoba oil, it could be rosehip oil. To prep my eyes, I'm using an eyeshadow base because this is a really smoky look, so you want all that color to be nice and opaque. So I'm using Essence's I Love Stage eyeshadow base. It comes in a liquid form with a nice applicator like this, and I really like it. It blends really well. It's not like these thick eyeshadow bases where you need to really work the product in. It sets right away, so you don't have to be worried that it's gonna crease, and it's so affordable. It's available on Nykaa. All the eyeshadows I'm going to be using today are from Makeup Geek, but feel free to use any eyeshadows you already own. Just make sure the colors are similar to what I'm about to show you to achieve the same effect as you're going to see. Now, after I've primed my lids, I'm just going to set all of that with an eyeshadow, a skin colored one. And this one is called Mirage. Put most of it on my brow bone and then just sweep whatever's left of it to my crease and a little on my base. Next, I want you to take a black Kohl pencil. Today I'm going to be using the Colorbar's Just Smoky Kajal, and I'm going to sweep this close to the lash line. Make like a wing, but a very thick one. Make sure to stop right where your eye folds, like when you open them. You can see where the first fold forms, so stop that pencil right there. You can also tightline. And now just take an eyeshadow brush. I'm going to be using the Delium Tools 774, and I'm just going to buff this into my skin. We're putting this eyeliner just so that the shadows can look really opaque. And I'm going to be using Corrupt from Makeup Geek. And I'm using the same brush and I'm concentrating most of that at the base of the eye. I'm mostly just setting that eyeliner with the black eyeshadow. Next, on a different brush but in a similar shape as a MAC 217 or that same Delium Tools brush, basically the aim is to create a gradient, so darkest to lightest as you go closer to the brow bone. So since we put a black first, I'm going to use a brown and then a lighter brown, a peach, and then just fade it into nothing. So I'm going to take this brown eyeshadow called Americano. It's a slightly cool toned deep brown, and I'm going to put this a step above the black. Next, I'm going to take an even lighter brown, and this one is called Tiki Hut, and this is a slightly mustard toned brown, and I'm going to put that in the crease. Very light strokes. I'm going to go back into the first brush we used and dip a little bit into the black. This color is so frightening. And I'm just going to re-intensify the black. Smoky eyes involve a lot of blending, so please be patient, because the more you blend it out, the more the color just keeps fading, so you need to keep going back and re-intensifying it at every step. Next, go back in with that second brush and take the brown, but this time I'm going to be taking Cocoa Bear, which is a slightly more chocolate brown, between the yellow brown and the black. So somewhere below the crease. And right at the brow bone, Mirage again, the eyeshadow that we used to set our primer. And I'm going to put it right there. Off camera, I just did the other eye and cleaned up the massive fallout underneath my eyes. That's one con of doing a really black smoky eye. You have tons of fallout, but just be patient, it's worth it in the end. So I'm gonna do my base now, finish it up, and then go over to my lower lash line because otherwise it's going to mess up the smokiness of the look. So for the face, I'm going to use one of my favorite foundations. I'm gonna use my PAC HD liquid foundation and I'm in the shade 2.3. This is quite a good medium to full coverage foundation. You can build it up beautifully and it's still pretty lightweight on the skin. And I am a huge fan of the color range. It's absolutely fabulous. But before that, I'm going to prime just my T-zone area and I'm going to use the Revlon Photoready Perfecting Primer. It's really great for my oily skin. I mean, now it's not so oily, but my T-zone gets oily even in the driest of weathers. So I'm just going to set that. Make sure to put it in the laugh lines, because foundation loves to settle there. It's okay if you're not a foundation person and you don't really like heavy foundations. You can still use a lightweight foundation like this one. Use any foundation, no matter how sheer its coverage, just to even out your base so that the smoky eye can really stand out. This is a very light layer of foundation. I know it doesn't look like that, but trust me, it is. Especially when you're using your fingers to blend out foundation, you can really thin it out. Time for concealer now, because I really need it today. And the concealer I'm using today is the Revlon Photoready Concealer. Really like this stuff. It's good even when you don't have foundation on, because it's a nice balmy texture and it blends out beautifully, especially when your skin is a little extra dry. It looks beautiful. Just going to set underneath my eyes with the Lakme 9 to 5 Compact. It's nice and lightweight, perfect for winter weather, where you don't want to set your face completely, but you just need it to stay in place. So I'm going to use a bronzer today, and this is one of my favorite bronzers. I've used it for a very short time, but it's quickly become my favorite. This is the Makeup Geek Deep Skin Bronzer in the shade Burnished, and I'm using this MAC brush to do this. This is in the number 128. And it's a dual-sided brush. It has synthetic fibers as well as natural fibers. I've decided to use this brush for all of my face products today, so let's see how that goes. I'm just going to dip the product right in as it is, so it's half and half. I love this bronzer because it's not completely matte. It has a little bit of a satin sheen to it, so it doesn't make your face look muddy at all, and even if your skin is dry, it doesn't make it look even worse and pasty. So just look straight into the mirror and suck your cheeks in just a little. Can you see that line that's formed on the cheek? So that's where we're going to put the bronzer. I'm just using the flat side of the brush to just smoothen out that line so it doesn't look like my face is cut in half. It's a good idea to place the powder a little above your natural cheekbone, because then when you blend it out, it'll go right where it needs to. Going to use this same brush for blush as well, and the blush I'm going to be using is also from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Infatuation. Love this blush. It's a beautiful earthy toned blush, not too warm, not too pink. It's the perfect shade to throw on with any eye look. Same brush. And the highlighter of choice is another favorite. This is the NYX Strobe of Genius Illuminating Palette. Look at this palette. I love all of these shades, especially this first one right here. If you're looking for the perfect shade of highlighter, no matter what brand it is, go for this kind of shade. It's slightly peachy, slightly gold, a little bit warm. It's the perfect concoction. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm going to use that with my same brush. Now I'm just going to quickly do my brows because with such an intense eye look, you definitely need your brows to be a little bold as well. So I'm going to use my favorite. This is the Sephora eyeshadow in the shade Morning Mocha number 88, and just an angled brush with a spoolie. Nothing fancy, I'm just filling in the sparse areas. Let's just quickly finish up the eyes, and I'm just using the brown shade called Cocoa Bear and sweeping it underneath my lower lash line. And then I'm just going to take my Colorbar pencil I'm going to use the other side, the smudger side, and just lightly smudge this out. Now just lots of mascara, and I'm using another favorite. This is the Loreal Mega Volume Miss Baby Roll Mascara. This I don't think is available in India. I picked this up on a recent trip. It has a very unique brush, very spirally, and it has a rubberized tip. So usually when I do such an intense smoky eye, I prefer a nude or glossy lip so that the focus is the eyes. But it's the festive season, I mean Christmas, New Year around the corner. So let's take this up a notch, shall we? And this is a matte crayon from Sugar. It's called Cherry Darling, it's number 10. And this is a beautiful warm toned red, and it comes in pencil form like this, so easy to sharpen and keep your point nice and sharp. Very roughly around my lips, because then I'm going to use a brush and just perfect it and blot it, because I like that blotted lip off late. I don't like a very intense pigmented lipstick. I prefer a stain, and this is quite creamy in spite of being matte, so easy to blend. Once I'm done roughly filling it in, I'm just going to take a lip brush and there's your finished look, a super dramatic smoky eye and red lip combo. I know it wasn't easy, but try, be patient, and it's worth it in the end, right? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you again in my next video. Bye!